Shout out to Nickmercs, man. Like, this guy has absolutely 100% stood his ground since all of this stuff kicked off. Oh, Christ, last week? What would that have been? That would have been Wednesday of last week. They should leave little children alone. That's the real issue. After he dropped that tweet, the entire firestorm surrounding Call of Duty, Activision, reigniting interest in the video game industry, the likes of which we haven't seen for a very, very, very long time. And he's been off of social media because he has a young family, and you know, the reason that he made these made that innocuous comment is because yes, he has a little child himself. He just wants them left alone. He doesn't want them proselytized to. And that was the only statement, and boy did it get spun completely out of context and completely out of proportion. And then him not backing down at all whatsoever, getting overwhelming support. In fact, friends are created in good times, but families are built through adversity. Appreciate all of you that have my back. Dr. Disrespect, TimTheTatman, FaZe Clan in general. Everybody was supporting him while continuing to dunk on Call of Duty. And we'll see that. We'll see that for sure. Understand my position as a new father and recognize the love I have for all. Ain't no hate in this heart. Peace and love. That was the last comment, the last post that he had on at least his Twitter account. I don't know about Instagram or any other shit, or don't really know if he's been streaming or anything like that. But based on the most recent tweet that he sent out there, just this gift of Goku in the recovery tank on Namek. He's coming back. Obviously, you're going to be heading into a weekend, and it's probably a pretty busy time for streamers. I would imagine video game streamers or shit like that. And it's been a long time since I've watched anybody play a video game, and I'd be interested. I'd be interested to see what the fuck he's on about. I was never one to really, you know, take a look at, you know, FPS streamers or anything like that, but definitely be appointment viewing, given how many people he's pissed off by saying simply, leave little children alone. Something that Call of Duty is definitely going to have to reckon with here, because this is their most recent tweet that just dropped a few hours before the time of recording this one right here. So make sure to take notes, and Vondel, your abilities will be tested. I have no idea at all whatsoever what that is. Is it a new map or something like that? Frankly, I don't care. I don't care at all. I know who does care, though. People who think that Call of Duty are, in fact, just groomers. So you got to leave children alone. Take notes on this ratio, guys. Just dropping bombs. Leave children alone. Leave the children alone. Can't wait for the new Bud Light and Target bundles. Yo, that shit is fucking hilarious. Leave the children alone. Are we supposed to be grooming the students as well, or is this for BlackRock's ESG score? Not interested in a degree of grooming. Are you guys adding Epstein Island? Yo, that shit is hilarious. I don't know if you've also seen those photoshops that are out there about the new content drop for Call of Duty. It's gonna be, hey man, exclusive map, Epstein's Island. That shit fucking hilarious, and the new operator is Big J.E. himself. But memes and consistent pressure like that, if you've been around the block like I have, you know, it's gonna harken back to a certain point in time. And guess what? The calls are out there. Outrage over Call of Duty LGBTQ pride brings us full circle to Gamergate. It's Rolling Stone talking about Gamergate again. Oh my god, what have we gone? All the way back to 2015 again? Oh, good times. Oh, good times. And they couldn't be getting anything any more incorrect. So I gave everything in full context, everything that Nickmercs has said, and then also adding in the additional support that he's got from his boys like Dr. Disrespect and TimTheTatman as well. See how far off the mark Rolling Stone, the same fucking publication that unironically put out the UVA rape hoax story. Same thing with the Duke lacrosse team, and then also they were instrumental in pushing forward the whole Nick Sandman. Oh, he was just that damn kid in a MAGA hat accosting that good Aboriginal guy who's just wanting to bang his drum. He's a nice man with good smelling breath. Later figured out that he was drunk on scope. That's a joke. That's a joke. Kind of like Rolling Stone themselves. Another day, another multi-billion-dollar corporate giant in the crosshairs of anti-woke right. If that's the first thing that you write and you realize that you're going to be simping for giant corporations, don't you think that you're kind of the bad guy in the situation? But Rolling Stone, yeah, man, cognitive dissonance, it should be their byline. This time, it's Activision Blizzard, the 5th largest video game firm in the world that aggravated reactionaries are threatening to boycott. Aggravated reactionaries. Isn't that kind of you writing a story like a week and a half after all this shit drops? Hey man, you do you. Geo trying to say that there's this whole too big to fail thing associated with Activision Blizzard, a company which I'm sure you probably also have write-ups on. Was also at the center of a gigantic SA scandal a couple of years ago. But then also to say that, oh, they're the 5th largest video game company that's out there. It's like, Bud Light was the best-selling beer in America and it just got dethroned, so choose your words wisely. As with so many of these stories, the inciting controversy is ridiculously minor. Wow, that's actually true. I would agree. Nickmercs, real name Nick Kolchev, a streamer who came up playing games, including Activision's Call of Duty titles, and now has millions of subscribers across Twitch and YouTube. Earlier this year, partnered with a brand to launch his own skin in the war-based first-person shooter franchise. Yes, exactly. Fans could purchase these assets to play the game as his custom character. There are strong opinions in the gaming world about these influencer partnerships, so not everyone was thrilled with the addition. Well, outside of just, you know, spazzy journalists and then, you know, less prominent streamers that were just big mad that they also couldn't get their face represented in a game. It's fucking DLC at the end of the game, or at the end of the day, stupid. But it's not even the main story here. We're officially in Call of Duty. Peep my new Modern Warfare AM, I don't know, operator and skin bundle available May 31st, 2023. Holy shit, so that was only up for a few days before Activision decided to side with the Rainbow Groomers? Interesting. No, the real drama erupted a week after the Nickmercs bundle went on sale, when Kolchev tweeted an apparent support of anti-gay protesters who fought gay supporters in Glendale, California. It's so funny. It's so funny. Just saying, leave kids alone. You're attacking the gay community. Again, you know, just kind of exposing maybe a little bit too much right there. Esports broadcaster Chris Puckett, that's the tweet that was already up there. Again, and as you know, they should leave little kids alone. That's the real issue. What is anti about anything except for, I don't know, trying to indoctrinate children? Is that necessarily an aggressive stance? Is that a conservative stance? Is that a reactionary stance? Because I would be more than willing to adopt his position as one of my own. In fact, I do, wholeheartedly. Rolling Stone on the other side, they're backing up the multi-billion-dollar company that is like, no, we want more drag queens in schools. We want more grown men dicks in the face of 4-year-olds. Fuck you for being a bigot. All right. By the next day, Activision had removed the Nickmercs products from their stores. Yes, they put out a tweet as well, which you don't... Oh, no, they do have it right there. Due to recent events by saying, leave little kids alone. Again, weird. We have removed the Nickmercs operator bundle from Modern Warfare 2 and Warzone store. We are focused on celebrating pride with our employees and our community. It's like, why did you have to do that as well? Same right-wingers who have lately pounced on Bud Light, Disney, Target, Chick-fil-A, Kohl's, Ford, like the list continues to go on. And what are they doing? Oh, seeing results. But you're trying to tell us, no, actually your boycotting efforts don't work. I was like, okay, do boycotts work or do boycotts not work? Because your side of the aisle loves themselves some boycott. Actually, no, I amend that. You guys just like to cancel and financially ruin people. These quote unquote right wingers on the other side just aren't going to support companies that don't reflect their values. Why are you ruining people's lives by not? We're entitled to your money. Just like some entitled bitch in a relationship that, oh, I cheated on you, but you still owe me alimony. What the fuck? Kolchev didn't back down from the tweet, saying on a stream that he thinks gay identities shouldn't be discussed in school, while arguing that the comment wasn't anti-gay. He would be correct. What is anti-gay about? Leave little kids alone. Another big streamer, custom COD bundle, TimTheTatman, real name TimTheTatman, tweeted that Kolchev was a friend and he therefore wanted his own product removed in solidarity, a request that Activision granted. His post received more than 250,000 likes and thousands of supportive comments, including from Nickmercs himself. The outrage campaign that quickly took shape around the incident mocked Call of Duty as Call of Groomers. Yeah, because, you know, That's just basic. That's marketing 101 right there. Alluding to the baseless, homophobic, and transphobic smear which holds that any discussion of queer... See how many weasel words they throw in here? Any discussion of queerness and gender with children and the pretext for pedophiles to prey on them. Well, give us one example where that's not the case. One fucking example. You can't. You can't, because it's all fucking grooming. It's grooming all the way down. Well, not particularly catchy. Oh, somebody's butthurt about that. Keep calling them Call of Groomers. Despite COD only grooming kids for military recruitments. Not really. The slogan succeeded on Twitter. Oh, man. Back where you guys used to have domaino for everything. Sucks to suck, I guess. In the delight of major anti-woke influencers. Call of Groomers, Tim Pool. Call of Groomers is now trending from libs of TikTok. Oh, my God. Yeah, Rolling Stone and the rest of mass media punching air right now. On first glance, it's the wave of indignation over a company's nominal endorsement of Pride. No, it's not. It's all about canceling somebody's bundle just because he didn't want children, or he just simply wanted kids to be left alone. Fucking weird, man. Is exactly like a dozen or so that preceded it. It's an obvious, there's an obvious difference. It's that violent video game glorifying war. Yo, they've taken the, holy fuck, we've got to this point in time where now they're starting to adopt the position that video games turn people violent. There are decades and decades of fucking research to prove the contrary to that position, but no, journalists in their desperate attempt to remain relevant have now adopted the standpoints and talking points that their predecessors vehemently fought against. You fucks are so stupid. Oh my God, man. Holy! Yeah, stretch the reactionaries' already strange definition of wokeness to their absolute breaking point. Who's used woke so far except for you? But this freaking out that a popular shoot-'em-up entertainment has somehow been breached by liberal attitudes of acceptance is also a revealing throwback to the troll movement that opened the floodgates to such crusades almost a decade ago. Yeah, where kind of video games went to fucking die, if we're being completely honest, because yes, that was when the mass media, for the first time, the only thing worse than video game journalists are wrestling journalists, and that's, yeah, there's actually a fairly large chasm right there. That's not to say that, you know, video game journalists are complete fucking scum. We want so badly to be a part of these type of publications right here, Rolling Stone. Or at least that was the move that they were trying to make at the time. Like the guys from Polygon, Kotaku. I forget the other ones that are fucking, you know, out of business now. But they always just seen what they were covering as just being, tertiary, lowbrow shit. That's why even if you just go to a place like GameStop or IGN, those are the other ones that I'm thinking about. You take a look at what they're actually covering. Very little of it has anything to do, unless there's a major gaming event going on right now. The rest of it's just that other failed fucking media that's out there. Oh, let's report on episode 6 of new Marvel product. Oh, great, fantastic stuff. What does that have to do about gaming? It's supposed to be a fucking gaming website, but you're talking about anything except for gaming? No, no, no. Let's see their definition of Gamergate, because that's the group that still hasn't gotten over it. In 2014 and 2015, male gamers, right, it was just all exclusively male gamers, right, waged relentless misogyny, harassment of women. Isn't that kind of redundant? Misogynistic harassment of women? Misogyny, just for the people writing this stuff at Rolling Stone, you know, the guys that have the journalism degrees. Misogyny is the hatred or contempt of women. You already took the time to point out that it was just all men that are out there, so you could have made that shorter by just saying wage relentless misogynistic attacks on the industry. Could have just, you know, saved some stuff right there. I guess, you know, that's the best that you can get, or the best that you can hope for in a post-Gamergate journalism cycle. Using the excuse of a trumped-up media scandal to vent their fury at what they saw as progressives and feminist values in games. And now you take a look at it. What's going on in video games right now? That Fable model that kind of looks like she has up syndrome. It's fucking atrocious what has happened. Anita Sarkeesian working her way into the hollow husk that was once the great BioWare, producing such shit stains as fucking Mass Effect Andromeda. EA also adopting the feminist stance that there were amputee women on the front lines of World War II. Not exactly a winning fucking strategy for the failure that was at the beginning Battlefield 5. And this trumped up excuse was a game developer fucking a journalist in order to get a preferential review. And then people going, yeah, that's kind of fucked. What do you mean you hate women? Sorry, what? Somebody being such a big simp and so worried about not getting steady bucks that they have to write a good review for somebody who has an absolute ass cancer video game? You're telling me the Depression Quest wasn't quite worth the suck and fuck that a 7 or an 8 review ended up garnering? Holy! Targets were doxxed and threatened with rape and violence as these men lamented the supposed collapse of a purely masculine climate. Yo, man, that is revisionist history as fuck. Those days, the woke crowd was maligned as an army of social justice warriors. Yeah, that also just goes to show you how effective that branding of social justice warriors is, because it's been a long time since anybody's unironically or even just in a current day tense used a description of a social justice warrior. Now it's just been woke. And that's why you guys hate it so much. Oh, that's why you guys hate also being called groomers. So, no. Never surrender. Don't use their words. Don't use their terms. Continue to call them, woke groomers. Fucking combine both of them and just super piss them off. The reason Call of Duty Blowback, of course, follows the script of past years' increasingly extreme anti-gay rhetoric. Now it's always been there. Now you guys are... Now the backlash is starting to become vocal. It used to just be apathetic. Nobody was like, oh great, this is fantastic. That's why after Pride Month, or Pride Week, or Pride Day, after you have all the corporate sanctioned, virtue signaling, all of these companies selling pride-related merchandise, you never actually got any like sales figures as to how good those products did. Weird. But now that people are actually starting to, vocalize their displeasure with this stuff, it's extreme anti-gay rhetoric. No, nobody's mad at like gay people, gays, lesbians. No, that's fine. You move into the neighborhood, you kind of drive up property values, so that's a good thing. But it's the moments that you start, dressing up in a G-string and shaking your ass and popping pussy, or flopping balls out in public in front of children. That's a little bit of a bridge too far for most normal people. However, it echoes the old Gamergate narrative, a pastime regarded as a dudish and heteronormative resistant to any incursion of outsiders, now recognizes a diverse set of fans. Yeah, you came in and you ruined everything. There you go. Congratulations, you got exactly what you wanted, a smoldering corpse of a once great industry. Sure, there's still little pockets that are out there. Nintendo, over across the sea in Japan, they're like, no, we don't want to fuck with this. We're just going to continue to make successful products and not infuse politics into anything. But the moment that anybody started to flirt with that, they faced immediate fucking backlash. Every fucking example of it that's out there. See a sequel to any of these failed products. Anyways. You can no longer retreat into the sexless, murderless world of Call of Duty. Sexless? Yeah, it's a fucking war, you idiot. Without risking the sight of a rainbow flag and getting incredibly mad that gay people exist. Unbelievable. Yeah, you're supposed to be simulating a war, and when you see a combatant's flag flying somewhere, that means that you lost that war, and that's not exactly the goal of the game, so that's why you see that and it's like, oh fuck, we lost. Time to bend over, boys! The Rainbow Coalition's here! Worse still, Activision welcomes those customers. Yeah, of course, because they're the ones that actually have money and don't have to allocate for PrEP and other AIDS medications. It is useful case study for the projection that underlies the past decade of right-wing resentment. Yo, just change a couple of words at the end of that. It'd be useful to case study in projection. Yeah, no, I would say so. Why you guys keep calling us groomers? I don't know. Pretty fucking obvious. And the fact that, yeah, whenever anything comes back, one of the first things that you immediately jump to, this is just like Gamergate, the last time that any of us were fucking relevant. Unbelievable. That's alright. Write your articles. You guys will be relevant for a couple more weeks. We only got that much longer to go in Pride Month, but your ideas are failing in real time. No longer are you going to have the hegemony when it comes to cultural ideals and ideas. Nobody's buying your shit. That's why you're continuing to have to infiltrate other companies and ruin them. But guess what? You're kind of at a point in time where you're running out of IPs to ruin. And thanks to that president that won the election in 2020, the one that you guys supported, yeah, that economy is shrinking. There's fewer of those superfluous jobs that are going to be out there. So, well, hope Rolling Stone's hiring. So with all that said, thank you all very much for the gift of your time. I've been Don Consuelo. I want you to follow your gut and get after it. Take care, everyone.